The new iPhone 16 Pro just got announced. Tight shirt Terry Warfield, why are you upgrading when you just bought the freaking iPhone 15 Pro? We gotta talk about this. Let's go. What's up, y'all? It's Tight shirt Terry Warfield. I'm back for another video. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Remember to be thankful for your freaking life today because you did not have to have that. And let me say it for some of y'all. Why is he holding the microphone in his hand? Because I want to deal with it. Let's talk about this new iPhone 16 Pro that was announced today. I know they announced other stuff, but I'm going to talk about the Pro because I'm a content creator and I use my phone as well as a whole bunch of other cameras all together to get my job done. And that's create content. I do this all day. So yes, I use my iPhone 15 Pro a whole lot when it comes to capturing stuff and making my videos. Let me say this first. There's nothing wrong with your iPhone 14 or 15 Pro. You can create some amazing things with those phones. Don't feel like you have to go out and buy the latest and greatest phone because there's a new announcement, unless you just want it and you can afford it, or you're coming from an old phone and maybe it's time for an upgrade, or unless you think that these upgrades that the 16 Pro has like over the 15 Pro are warranted and are good enough for you to spend money on it. But don't feel like it's a requirement. I'm gonna go through the reasons why I am upgrading from my iPhone 15 Pro, and our reasons might be different. However, again, don't feel like you need to. With that being said, I've created some amazing things with the iPhone 15 Pro, which I'll leave a playlist after this video if you want to check out some of that work. Anyways, let's talk about some of these upgrades to the iPhone 16 Pro. The first major thing for me is the fact that now it is going to be a 6.3 inch screen instead of a 6.1 inch screen. I've always felt like I wish that the Pro models of the iPhone had a little bit bigger screen, but I didn't want a bigger body, which is why I never went with the Pro Max, because I don't want to carry around a freaking cookie sheet. Also, the fact that the iPhone 16 Pro now comes in a desert titanium is really going to make things difficult. I got the natural titanium with the iPhone 15 Pro, and ever since I bought it, I've regretted it because I wish I would have went with the black one. Now, Apple's really leaning into this AI stuff, which is honestly not a big deal for me, but the way that you could use it to kind of search through emails and all that stuff is fire. I know all of the other iPhones are going to get that, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. The most important upgrades for me besides the screen are the cameras. Now, nothing's wrong with the cameras on the iPhone 15 Pro, okay? I've said this 40 times in this video already. These cameras are fine, but again, when you're using this to create content on a daily basis, anything that could get me closer to better looking videos, I'm all for it, right? I use my main cameras, I use my Osmo Pocket 3 a lot, and this, and I use them, you know, all together. And I'm gonna get back to that in 1 second, okay? But the first major reason, honestly, for me that I'm upgrading is 4K 120 frames per second. That whole Osmo Pocket 3 spiel I just went through, I said that specifically because the Osmo Pocket 3 can shoot 4K 120. Now, it'll be very interesting to see how those two cameras stack up side by side when it comes to 4K 120. So make sure you subscribe because I know you're going to want to see those comparisons. I'm going to be doing a whole lot of other comparisons between the two, but I'm very interested to see how they stack up because the iPhone 16 Pro will be able to record 4K 120 ProRes log to an external device, which is crazy. Side note, I wish everything could be in 4K 120. I would live life in 4K 120 if I could. I know you cinematic snobs are going to hate me, but I don't care. Now, with the iPhone 15 Pro, if you wanted that snazzy 5x telephoto camera, you had to go with the Pro Max. Well, the iPhone 16 Pro no longer has that requirement because the standard iPhone 16 Pro now gives you the 5x, what do they call it? Prism telephoto camera, which will give you all, 25 times total digital zoom, which is crazy. I really wanted that in the iPhone 15 Pro. I wasn't willing to go with the Pro Max. Now with the iPhone 16 Pro, I can have that. By the way, Apple, y'all are not slick. Y'all could have easily put that in last year's camera, but you know why you didn't? Because you wanted to pigeonhole us into buying the iPhone 16 Pro, and it's freaking working. I can't stand y'all, Apple. Now the ultra wide camera is using pixel binning. So again, this is one of those things. Apple, like, pixel binning is not new, okay? This is not some new technology that y'all invented. Drones, cameras, everything has been pixel binning for years. But the fact that now we can get 48 megapixels on an ultra wide camera, which I use a ton, especially for macro stuff, is crazy. They might not be the most quality of megapixels, but nonetheless, being able to go from 12 megapixels now to 48 megapixels is just fire. The main camera also got some imaging upgrades, and I love how they have these new photo styles that from what it looks like, you can also use them in video. Now, with the photo styles, you can now customize the tint and white balance by using just the touchpad that pops up on the screen. It's actually giving me Lumix S9 vibes. The other thing I wasn't initially impressed by, but the more I see it and the more I think about it, I think it's actually going to be dope, is the new camera control touch sensitive bar that's on the same side as the power button. So what I really am excited about with this is the fact that it cleans up the UI. So I only need to get access to the camera controls when I touch that button. Otherwise, they freaking disappear. I also like how later on this year, they're going to give us access to basically it being like a dual stage shutter, which is fire. I can't tell you how many times on the iPhone I've wanted to lock focus and then something moves, and then, then I had to cancel focus and cancel auto exposure lock and wait for my subject to be in the right place and then do it all again. Well, with a dual stage shutter like a regular camera, you just hold it down, and if it doesn't work or they move, you can just let it go and reframe it, and then half press it again and then take the shot or video if it's what you like. So that will make creating with the iPhone a whole lot easier. The last two things I'm super hyped about are the audio controls. Now, being able to adjust the mix of voices and background to atmosphere is fire. I know you could always do that in post, but again, these are the upgrades that are gonna make lives easier for creators. Being able to do that right on the fly is crazy. And then the last thing, being able to stack voice notes. Now, I'm not a musician, but I have had situations where I'm like, dang, I gotta record another voice note because I forgot to add this in there or whatever. Being able to stack voice notes will be fire. So those are the reasons why I'm gonna upgrade to the iPhone 16 Pro. Again, should you? I don't know, unless you check one of them boxes from the beginning of the video. It's not mandatory that you upgrade, but again, if you can afford it and the upgrades will help you out, then why not? And if not, use what you have, because it ain't nothing freaking wrong with your iPhone 15 Pro. But I'm definitely getting one. I don't know what color yet, that's to be determined, but I'm curious to know what y'all think. Let me know down there below, including the comments about how pissed off you are of me holding the microphone in the shot. Until next time, I'm out of here. Tight shirt, Terry Warfield. Piece of chicken grease. I'm out, y'all. Much love. Peace.